Have you ever noticed how, no matter how brilliantly you articulate your thoughts, some folks just brush you off like yesterday's news? It's frustrating, right? People often chase respect by cranking up the volume, turning every chat into a shouting match. But let me drop a bombshell: real power isn't in the roar, it's in the whisper that's honed to a razor's edge. Imagine striding into a high-stakes meeting, a fiery family spat, or even a laid-back hangout with pals. You drop one killer sentence, and bam, the room falls silent. Not because you bellowed like a bull, but because your words hit like a thunderbolt, heavy with undeniable gravity. Today, I'm unveiling 5 powerhouse phrases that pack that punch. Each one's a stealthy dagger, compact, razor-sharp, and utterly unforgettable. And hold on to your seats. Phrase number 3. It's a total game-changer, so disarmingly potent it can snatch the reins of any showdown in mere seconds. As the legendary Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Respect isn't something you scream for, it's something you summon with crystal clear poise, unbreakable calm, and that ironclad self-mastery that turns heads without a single demand. Let's dive right into the first gem. I understand your point, but I disagree. On the surface, it might look like your everyday polite nod, but oh boy, dig deeper, and you'll uncover a masterful equilibrium of authority and grace. Arguments rarely crumble under a barrage of facts alone. No, they shatter when egos clash like titans. Spit out your dead wrong or you have no clue, and watch those walls shoot up. The other person tunes out, digs in, and the battle escalates. But this phrase, it's a ninja move. Kicking off with "I understand your point" melts their defenses. You're signaling loud and clear that you've truly listened, that you value their angle. Then, with zero venom or sarcasm, you stake your claim: "But I disagree." No fireworks, no frantic justifications, just pure, unyielding presence. Envision this in action: you're in a sleek boardroom, and a colleague unveils a strategy that's doomed from the get-go. The timid might zip their lips, the hotheads might spark a war. But you lean in, voice as steady as a mountain, eyes locked with quiet confidence, and deliver: "I understand your point, but I disagree." The atmosphere crackles and shifts. Suddenly, you're not the agitator or the foe, you're the independent thinker, the thoughtful powerhouse who won't be swayed by the herd. This is Stoicism in its raw, living form, detaching raw emotion from razor-sharp judgment, standing your ground without spiking your pulse. The secret sauce. The more serene your dissent, the mightier it lands. Any fool can bark you're wrong. That's zero effort, zero finesse. But holding firm with tranquil poise. That's the mark of a true master. Pull it off, and folks start leaning on your wisdom, trusting you implicitly. Deep down, we all sense it: the one who tames their tone tames the room, and the mind master earns respect without uttering a plea. So, tuck this phrase into your arsenal for that next tense exchange or brewing clash. It might seem straightforward, but trust me, it's an unstoppable force that reshapes how the world sees you. Now, slide into phrase 2, "I don't find that appropriate." Boom, just 5 words, yet they can snuff out a brewing tempest before it unleashes. Ponder how folks typically handle boundary breakers: awkward chuckles, stony silence, or heaven forbid, jumping aboard the bad vibe train. In those split seconds, you're basically whispering, "Go ahead, trample my respect." But flip the script, meet their gaze with unshakable calm, and let those words roll out: "I don't find that appropriate." No sermons, no fury, no drawn-out rants, just a boundary etched in granite. Visualize it: you're at a lively dinner party, and someone drops a crass joke, banking on your grin or complicit shrug. Instead, you pause, inhale deeply, and state it plainly. The vibe pivots, giggles fade, eyes widen. In a flash, you're the untouchable one, the guardian of your own worth who won't trade integrity for cheap laughs. Seneca nailed it: "He who respects himself will be respected by others." This phrase embodies that eternal truth. It's your declaration that you won't giggle at garbage or echo disrespect to blend in. And here's the ripple effect: you're not just shielding yourself, you're empowering the silent sufferers in the crowd, showing them it's okay to draw their lines too. Stoics viewed dignity as an ethereal armor, effortless, undefended, simply emanating from within. Arm yourself with this for the next overstep, skip the blaze for blaze retaliation or the cowardly hush. Rise up, speak with serene steel, and watch 5 tiny words dismantle disdain, transforming your aura into an unbreakable fortress that commands awe. Buckle up for phrase 3, let's talk when we can do so respectfully. Life tosses us into verbal minefields where talks devolve into brawls, voices escalate, interruptions avalanche, words morph into daggers. Most folks flop here, they counterpunch with equal venom or slink away, tails between legs. But Stoics, they rewrite the playbook. Pause, breathe, and unleash this with regal composure. Let's talk when we can do so respectfully. Presto, the inferno fizzles. You've yanked the rug from under their chaos, dictating the terms on your turf. Pictured the scene: a co-worker cuts you off mid-sentence, tone slicing like a blade, gunning for dominance. You don't amp up or plead for airtime. Nope, you deliver the line, and hush descends. The subtext screams, I'm game for real dialogue, but I won't dignify this circus. Epictetus preached, you cannot control the actions of others, but you can control your response. This phrase breathes life into that gem: you safeguard your serenity, fortify your honor, and subtly nudge them to rethink their antics without a whiff of insult. The magic. Calm demands for respect amplify your echo, try it once, and witness the quiet awe, the recalibrated energy where your words outweigh the din. This ain't retreat, it's dominion. True might springs from poise, not pandemonium. Stash this for your next whirlwind, as voices whirl like a storm, anchor as the eye, declaring the shift. You don't flee in fright, you depart in command, clenching respect like a trophy earned in silence. Shifting gears to phrase 4, I'd prefer not to continue this conversation. Not every skirmish merits your sweat, not every gabfest warrants your spark. Some exchanges ditch truth hunting for ego tripping, where your counterpart craves conquest over clarity, sucking you into their vortex. Here's where the masses stumble, they drag on, holler louder, squander precious hours on futile proofs. But you're wiser, you halt, inhale, and articulate it sans rage or regret, I'd prefer not to continue this conversation. With that, you seal the portal, not from cowardice, but from sheer fortitude. Strength isn't tallied by debate endurance, it's gauged by how swiftly you shield your tranquility. Envision the trap: a provocateur loops the same jabs, coiling tighter. Skip the lure, offer a faint smile, steady timbre, and end it. The strain shatters, you've opted out of the farce, prizing peace over phantom triumphs. Marcus Aurelius decreed, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Precisely, you've dodged their mirror, embracing poise over pandemonium. Truth bomb, exiting doesn't spell defeat, it signals crystal vision that the phrase futile, valuing your essence over their racket. This phrase echoes your sovereignty, you're unbound from fruitless feuds, duty-bound to axe the toxic. Wield it boldly, in the face of the next vapid volley, rise resolute and declare the curtain call. Sometimes, the mightiest strike is the one that silences the stage. Rounding out with phrase 5, that's your opinion, and I respect it, but I don't share it. In our opinion-saturated era, everyone's peddling blueprints for your life, work, and heartstrings, shoving them like shackles. Typical retorts. Endless counter-arguments, torching stamina in verbal marathons, or spineless nods to preserve fragile harmony. Stoicism carves a superior trail: absorb, affirm, then assert autonomy. That's your opinion, and I respect it, but I don't share it. It's assertive yet affable, deferential without deference, broadcasting that you cherish their voice while clutching your convictions. See it play out: a peer pushes their playbook, kinfolk nudge their creed. Ditch the clash or capitulation, breathe, and proclaim it. The equilibrium here is electric, it bars coercion while bridging courtesy. Seneca cautioned, being a slave to the opinions of others is the worst of prisons. This phrase is your liberation key, affirming mutual regard and self-sacrifice. Deeper insight, dissenters might grumble, but they'll bow to your serene backbone, the elegance of solitary stance. Potency isn't in pulverizing views, it's in upholding yours with poise. Next push. Skip the grind or grovel, stand sovereign, eye to eye, and voice it. Respectful, autonomous, invincible. Spot the pattern. These phrases forge you tougher through shared DNA. First, they divorce feeling from fallout, you douse flames with lucidity, not more heat. Second, they etch frontiers, subtly schooling others on your treatment. Third, they beam self-worth, the precursor to all admiration. Deploying them isn't mere chat control, it's philosophical alchemy, channeling Stoic essence where self-command reigns supreme. Paradox alert, the softer your grip on respect, the firmer it clings. Now, let's ground this in grit, how to unleash these in the wild. At the office, amid marathon meetings and sizzling spats, swap mute meekness for poised precision. Your superior spots reliability over rashness, teammates peg you as the rock, not the reactor. In romance, borders are the bedrock, disdain, not disputes, dooms duos. These lines trace elegance, whispering, I cherish us, yet I honor me, nurturing affection and autonomy. Online, in the opinion arena, dodge the energy-sapping ping-pong, a crisp I respect your view, but I don't share it severs the snare, leaving you buoyant and unbound. With randoms, the snarky stranger, the aggressive hawker, the patience prober, defy expectations of ire or yield. Stay unflappable, rewrite the narrative, you don't steer me, I steer me. Existence brims with micro-clashes, myriad instants to forfeit or claim esteem. These aren't mere utterances, they're your bulwark, guarding calm, honor, and core vigor. Embrace them, ignite them, and let humanity behold the majesty of an unflinching spirit. In wrapping this up, simple syllables, tranquil tones, these 5 forge an unbreakable creed of self-esteem. Respect flows from essence, not coercion. Utter with tranquil tenacity, and ears perk up, tones temper, and perceptions pivot, not from decrees, but from your living legend. So, my dare this week, pick one phrase, deploy it boldly. Drop in the comments your vow, I choose respect. If this sparked your soul, hit subscribe and rally with us at Stoic Habit, where wisdom morphs into way of life.